Hi, welcome to 3D Leisure Home with me, Gail. Going to be doing half an hour fitness Pilates. So hopefully you're going to join me. All you need, guys, is a mat and a little bit of space you might want to drink. Just working through core strengthening exercises, a little bit of stretch, mobility, and just work within your means. Any exercise, if it's too difficult, take the easier option. And if you wish to make it harder, take the harder option. So just gonna start with the feet nice and grounded. Hope you're all well, and you're gonna just enjoy this half an hour. So feet hip width apart, sink the four corners of the feet into the mat, draw your tummy in tight and slightly outwardly sort of rotate the thighs. Big deep breath in through the nose, extend the arms up, tall spine, and out breath through the mouth as we bring the arms down. So nice and tall. If you want to come up onto the toes here, you can come up onto the toes and come back down, or you can just stay grounded. Just try and have the crown of the head lifting up as we come up to the ceiling and coming back down. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, in breath, lengthen, out breath, back, in breath and out. So just going to have the feet a little bit closer together, lift the knee up and just hold this nice long spine, focus on a point so that you can balance. On your next out breath, we're going to just twist, one arm back, one arm forward, and in breath coming back up to center, and again out breath, twist, twisting away from your knee, in breath coming back, one more, breathing out, in breath back, and taking the arms and the leg down, changing to the other side. So breathing in, lifting up, try and balance, long spine, and then on your next out breath, just twist, nice and slow, in breath, nice and long, tall body, out breath, twist, pushing back, the arm behind, in breath, back up, and out breath, and in breath back, and out breath down. Just going to take the hands to temples, feet a little bit wider apart. Want to tuck under the bottom, so we have the hips forward, and then on your out breath we're going to just drop down to one side, lifting the elbow up to the ceiling but feeling the stretch, and back up on in breath. So out breath, oh, nice stretch for the waist, and up the lats, and out breath, and in, and breathing out, and in. So we're going to stay over on your next one, breathe naturally, and then on your next out breath we're going to extend that arm above the head, and then come back up. So taking a deep breath in, breathing out, coming down, a couple of breaths here, and then keeping your shoulder back, and as you breathe out, then extend the arm over the head and back up. So we're going to just do our roll down and roll back up. So taking a big deep breath in through your nose, let the chest expand, and then on your out breath, let the arms come down towards the floor, and the head hanging nice and long, neck. Couple of breaths, just allow, you can have your legs slightly bent, but allowing the back to stretch and the hamstrings. And on the next out breath, we're going to roll back up, stacking the body, the vertebrae back up. And then on the next out breath, we're going to come down again, rolling down, drawing the belly button up. Nice arched back. Walking your hands forward, you can have the legs slightly bent into your plank position. So we want the hands to be directly, so if your hands are back, just walk your feet forward till the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Drawing the belly button up, pushing up through the shoulder blades. Head in line with the spine. So just an extension of your spine. If you have sore wrists, then come down onto your elbows and the elbow directly underneath the shoulder. From here we're going to twist up on in-breath. Nice and high and nice and slow, coming back. Level hips. In-breath, lifting up. Out-breath, coming back. And in-breath, lifting up. And holding, keep the high hip. Knee can be on the floor to make this a little bit easier if it's too difficult. Just lifting up, hold that stretch. On your next out breath, we're going to just dip under, reach back. And if you don't want to do that, you can just stay with your side plank. Out breath. And in and lengthen, follow the tips of the fingers. Out breath. And in, holding up. And then we do it down with a hip and an up. So this knee can be on the floor to make this easier. So in breath down, out breath up, in breath and out. Bring the hands back round, bring it back to your plank. Change inside. So we lift up, nice and high. Keep the lift up, keep the hip high. And then on your out breath, you're going to reach under. And in breath, back up. So out breath. And in. Out breath. And in. So I'm just going to stay facing this way. And you just want to dip down the hip. So down and an up. Breathe in and breathe out. So this knee can be on the floor to make this easier, guys. Work within your means. Nice, and push up. And then bring it back around. Bring the knees down onto your mat. Sit back into your child pose. You can have a cushion underneath the bottom, between the bottom and the feet if you wish. If your head can't reach the mat comfortably, you can just rest on your hands or a little cushion. If the head can come nicely onto the mat, reach forward with the fingertips. Lift the palms off the floor and draw the elbows into centre. So it's a little reach. Nice active arms stretching forward. Let the chest expand onto the legs as you breathe in through your nose. And out breath. Breathing in. And breathing out. And from there, we're going to just come back up and forwards. So knees under hips, hands directly under shoulders. Take a deep breath in. On your out breath, start to lift the back, curl under the head and the bottom down. In breath, we drop the bottom, the belly button down, the bottom scoops up on the head. So nice and smooth, so start to really round the back, push in through your curl. You can move forward from your hips. In breath, if you want to add on here, you can dip down, bend the elbows, get a bigger scoop. And out breath, nice and slow when you roll. In breath. And coming back to centre. Just extending opposite arm and leg. So we lift, nice and high. Toes long, fingertips long. Out breath, curl yourself, make yourself as small as possible. Head coming tucked under. In breath, lengthen, nice and long. Out breath, curling under. In breath, holding. bring the hand back onto the floor, bring that leg across the body and just let the toe come down onto the floor, and then just do a little twist round to look at your toe. Feel a stretch down the whole of the waist, push out through the hip, and then bring that leg back, and opposite arm and leg, lift. Nice long line between the fingertips and the toe. Next out breath, come under, curl in, nice and small, and in breath, really lengthen. Out breath, nice and slow. In breath, stretch. Out breath, and in, hold. Take that hand down, bring that toe down onto the mat as close as much as possible to upper body. Twist round, keep that twist, feel a stretch down outside of the thigh and your hip. And from there, bring that leg back, set back into child pose. And stretch forward, couple of breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And from there, we're going to come up into our side plank again. So we want one foot in front of the other, lifting up into a side plank. Knee can be on the floor to make it easier. And then we bring this hand over and we move the back hand a little bit further back so that the body is facing side on. So the body is facing side, the legs are still in the same position. We breathe in, down, and we breathe out, we push up. So we breathe in, down, and breathe out, push. So it's up to you how low you come with the hip. You can come right down onto the mat and push nice and high, or you can stay kind of halfway, or you can stay with this knee on the floor. So push, breathing in, into the obliques, in breath and out. In breath and out. Bring the knee down and bring your other knee, bring yourself up, and then we're just going to change onto the other side. So we want to have the hand down, lifting one foot in front of the other. Make sure your shoulder, hip and your foot is in line together. And from here, you bring this top arm over onto the floor, move the back hand further back, lift the chest, hold. In breath, we bring the hip down. Out breath, we push up. So you can go a little small, little push, or you can come up all the way down and push all the way up. So in breath, and out. In breath and out. You can feel the stretch right of the body as you dip. And you can be on the floor to make it easier. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, really push up. You'll feel this down the waist. Bring that knee down, bring your other knee down, and bring yourself up. So just going to lean back, toes long, knees hip width apart, arms up. And again, take a deep breath in through the nose, sink back, tuck your bottom under so you have your flat back, not a back bend. So we push, we work through the core, and lean back and come back up. So out breath, and in. Out breath. Now if you start to go further back, You'll start to feel your legs tingling, really pushing out the hips to the front. Feel the legs working hard, opening up as well a little bit from the hip. So you have a little stretch here. And then we're going to stay back, lift the chin, push your hips forward, tuck your bottom under, feel the tingling. If it's too much, come up, have rest, come back in. Yay, well done. Sliding one knee forward and back leg, check that it's in a straight line, lift, push down through the hip, lift the chest. Giving a little stretch. Now centre the outer hand, come into a little bit more into centre for balance. Take the foot on your out breath, ease your foot towards your bottom, lift your chest up. And if you want to be adventurous, challenge yourself a little bit more, bring your two hands round, lift your chest, push down through the hip. So you really want to get the heel squeezing in. You can use like a belt if you can't reach your foot. Let that foot go. Slide in the other knee, slide back. So just position your back leg so that it's nice and straight when you look back, it's not diagonal. Lift the chest, push down through the hip. Breathe nice and slow. Centre your outer hand, bend the leg and out breath. Draw in, so make sure you still push down through your hip, so you feel the stretch. Breathe in. If you want to add on the two hands, make sure you lift your chest, push down through your hip. Really, really squeezing tight, and then letting go of that foot. Sliding back onto our tummy. Nice and slow, bringing it down. And we're just going to keep one forearm bent and just rest your head if you want to make this easier. And lift left leg, push the hip down into the mat and lower. So we're just staying on left. If you wish to make this harder, as you lift the leg, lift the arm, and then we come back. So lifting. So I'm squeezing my glute here as I lift. Gluteal bracing. Lift, and then we change sides. So you can rest your head and just lift on out breath. Just leg only if you want to make this a little bit easier. Making it harder. Arm on leg and down, lift and lower, lift and stay down. We're going to try two legs. If you want to stay with single legs, stay with single legs. So we breathe out and we breathe in. Breathe in, out, working into the lower back and the glutes. Out breath and in, out breath and in. And if you wish to lift arms and legs together, you can work between either just the legs or both. Out breath and in, out breath and in. And from there, take the hands back. Push the bottom up to the sky, reach the arms forward and just have a nice stretch here. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Bring the hands back, roll onto your bottom, onto our little sit bones, and then we're just going to take it into our lean back C curl, hips forward, roll down to position of effort on your core, So the lower down you go, the harder it'll be. Keep your chin up. Breathing, nice and tight tummy. Working the core, engage the core muscles, draw down tight. Navel to spine, lift the legs to make this a little bit harder. Tabletop. If you want the legs grounded, keep grounded. And taking that up to full extension of the legs. Turn the little toes out the way towards the floor. Keep the stretch on. Hold and breathe. And have a little rest. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders. Out breath, roll down, full extension of the arms, head turned down. In breath, chin up, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Out breath, roll. And from there, we're just going to take it into a roll down. Legs can be bent or straight. I'm going to take mine out. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. As we breathe out, roll your hips up. Take it down slow, bone by bone. Really tighten up. Squeeze, slow yourself down. Upper body comes down, even upper back is slow. Reaching above the head, small the back into the mat. Toes long. And from there, we're going to take the hands back and we're going to take the legs up. If you wish to make this a little bit harder, then instead of the hands at the side, lift the head, have hands to temples. So we take one leg down. Easier is bent legs. Harder is straight legs. Try and keep the other leg above your hip. So when you come back, it's a nice long line. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Option to make this harder. In breath and out. In breath and out. Let's slow it down, count to 2. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and let's do 4s. So in, 2, 3, 4 and up. 2, 3, 4. If you need a rest at any time, take a rest. Maybe grab the knees in and give yourself a hug, knees to chest. In, 2, 3, 4 and out. And again, in and out. So we're just going to do a little flex of the feet, and then we're going to just do a little twist, reach up to the heel. So breathe out and in, out and in. If this is too difficult, bend the legs, out breath and tap. Reach round and stretch. Working the obliques, waist, draw this tummy extra tight. Hug in, make sure your head is flat, lift it, put it back onto the underside of the head, not the head is tipped back. And give it a little hug. So we're going to increase that onto our 2 legs. You can stay with single legs if you prefer. Happy Friday, you can do what you want. Whatever feels good for you today, just go with it. Legs up, hands can be at the side, can be to the temples. And we're just going to take these legs down. We'll go counts of 2. So we're going to go in breath, down, and out breath, up. Slow. In breath, and out breath. Counts of 4. So down, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. Time's going too quick. And up. And then singles. So we go breathe in. And if you want to make this harder, add in upper body. So we come up. Breathe in, down. Breathe out, up. Hands can be to the side if you prefer. Head can stay on the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. in breath and out, and hugs. We did quite a lot today for the obliques because our side planks, our dips down and up. Really feel it. And to finish off, we're going to cross the feet. So we're going to take the feet up and we're going to cross the toes, sort of one crossing in front of the other. Bent legs, easier, and we're going to take it down to the floor and back up. So just cross, nice and slow, working it down, tummy down, cross those toes, don't rush it, and then back up, slow, and then we go down. You can have bent legs here. To make this harder, you can also have this upper body up, squeezing up, taking it down nice and slow, work to your own level, and then we're going to stay down, keep crossing. If it's too much, take the legs back up, keep crossing above the hips, have a little hug, extra tight, nice big hug in, and then we're just going to take the legs and we're just going to move forward. So we want to take the hips here, take your body up. So we're trying to support your body. The legs can be up, tummy in, head nice and flat. And then we're going to just lower the legs nice and slow to position that you can manage. Taking the legs down, if you can reach the floor, let the body come forward, bottom coming forward, and I'm turning my toes down and I'm walking the toes back to make this a little bit harder, and then I'm pushing back through the heels, breathing. If this is too much, you can stay upright, breathe, taking my hands away, just using my feet to walk in, stretch, breathe, feel it stretch right down the back of the legs, down your spine. And then nice and slowly, I'm going to let my upper back come down nice and slow. So if you're supporting your body, just let yourself roll down. So I'm trying to get the slow, slow, slow move here. Keeping the legs close to my chest, slowing it right down, still slow as you can possibly go. So you come to middle of the back, and then nice and slow, don't roll, and then we just take it back, and the legs are up. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and push up. You can use your hands. Take it back, couple of breaths, holding. Take a big deep breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, do your roll, nice and slow as you can go. Really, really control it from the core, tight tummy, extra slow guys, and then bring your knees in. So tough. Give a little hug, and from here we're just going to do our leg switch. So legs long, no space. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, flat part of the head on the floor, correct it if you're tilted back, in breath and out. Now really get this focus on this little stretch here. Draw that leg back and doubles. In breath and out through the mouth. In through the nose, in breath and out. Take the legs up, take the legs wide and press down. Get your inner thigh stretch. Breathe, push down on your out breath. Bring your knees in, hold under the knees and bring yourself up. So we're just going to take it into a little side stretch, legs 90-90, arms over. We want to stretch from the waist here, so you lift up, push the chest forward, and then if you want to come down onto elbows, you can do that. Sorry, I'm a little bit over my time. Rest it all the way down, couple of breaths here. Nice and slowly lift and push back up, just to swap over the legs, 90-90 legs. Hands over to the side, lift the chest, push forward from your hips, sink forward, elbows if you wish, all the way down. If you want to increase it, move the hands back. Just keep allowing the body to sink down on heavy on the out breath. Nice and slow, bring the head up and hands back, push yourself up, take it to straight legs, hinge, lift, hips, hinge up, and out breath forward. So we're keeping the lift and the push. And then on the next out breath, we're going to fold, allow your body to come as low as possible. We want a couple of breaths here, the head to kind of hang down onto the legs. And nice and slowly roll up, cross the legs to the front. Done so good. And from here, we're just going to do our little neck stretch, head over, palm pushing down into the mat, get all the tension out of your neck. If you've been holding any tension, breathe out the tension, breathe in positive energy. Change sides, breathing in, and then on your out breath, push down, in breath, out breath, push. And arms forward on your out breath to the front, head up, and breathe and push. Arms to the back, and lift on out breath. Hands can be on your lower back, elbows squeezing into centre if this is too uncomfortable. Breathe through it, get the arms up as high as possible to open up the chest, front of the shoulders, give us a good stretch, flat back. And then we're going to just drop the head forward, interlock your fingers, bring the fingers onto the back of the head, allow the elbows to close in and drop to floor, stretching the back of the neck. If it's too much with the hands, just drop your head. And from there, nice and slowly bring the head up. Breathe in, float the arms up to ceiling, flat back. Breathe out, arms down. In breath, lift nice and high, hands back to heart. And thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed that. And I will be back next week. So go and have a fabulous weekend, guys. Any comments, please put them up. And have a little drink now and enjoy. Thanks. Bye.